Hello, and welcome to another Monday's live stream. Now, today I'm going to be talking about banned hashtags. What are banned hashtags, and how can you tell if a hashtag is banned? Because believe it or not, really common hashtags like hashtag thought is actually banned from Instagram and can massively reduce the reach of your posts. So, today I'm going to be showing you how to discover if there's a banned hashtag and what a banned hashtag is. So I'm Bex from Social Media Executive, and I help businesses use social media to generate more leads. So if you're watching this, please do give us a thumbs up and give my channel a like. And if you're watching live, please do say hello, introduce yourselves and join the chat. Ask me any questions. Oh, hi Amanda, nice to see you. Thanks for saying hello. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about banned hashtags. Anybody know any banned hashtags? Do you know of them? Have you heard of them? Post them in the chat if you know of any banned hashtags. Basically, a banned hashtag is a hashtag on Instagram that has been flagged up as being abused. And when I say abused, I mean a hashtag that has been used so many times by bots, so little robots, by people trying to use a common hashtag to get more visibility. So basically, it's a hashtag that is very popular. Loads of people use it. And therefore, robots, spam accounts, try to jump on and put that hashtag into their post. And yet their post is nothing to do with that subject. So let's use an example, hashtag beauty blogger, for example. This has been banned for years, hashtag beauty blogger. Simply because it has been so used. It's such a popular hashtag. It's been used millions of times. And yet, because it's used millions of times, spam, chat robots, automated bots have been creating posts and just going hashtag beauty blogger, even if the post is nothing to do with beauty or blogging. They're using that hashtag so that they can get a high visibility. Now, the risk that you run is that there are very many common hashtags that you wouldn't even know are banned. And I'm going to show you at the end of this video how to determine which hashtags are banned, so don't worry about that. But if you use a banned hashtag inadvertently, you basically could get shadow banned by Instagram. So what I mean by shadow banned is Instagram reduces the reach of your post. So if you do a post using a banned hashtag, it won't come up in any of the searches. If you repeatedly use a banned hashtag over and over and over again, your profile, your Instagram profile won't show up in any searches, even when people actively search for it. If you keep using banned hashtags, even if it's unwittingly, Instagram has been known to pull down and close accounts. And you get no warning, okay? So these are the risks that we're running when we are using hashtags. And again, at the end of this video, I'll just give you a few tips on how to make sure that it's not happening to your account. But if all of a sudden you see a massive reduction in reach from one of your hashtags, then basically from some of your posts, then it's likely that you might have been unwittingly using a banned hashtag and your account has been flagged as spam by Instagram. Okay. Oh, hi Zoe, thanks for saying hello. Glad it's useful. Yes, banned hashtags are a nightmare if you don't realise they even exist. Okay, right. So basically, unfortunately, it's accounts, robots, spam accounts have been abusing hashtags, and this is why we've got spammed ones. And basically, they are hashtags that people are using these hashtags and it's going against Instagram's terms and conditions, okay? So you've got to be very, very careful and you need to be aware. Oh, hi, Jill. Thanks for saying hello. Hello. So you need to be aware. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen now and I'm going to show you how to identify if a hashtag is banned. So just bear with me while I share my screen. Okay. Right, so hopefully you can see my screen here. Again, if you've got any questions, just post them in the chat. Even if you're watching this on catch up, just post any comments in the chat and I'll happily come back and answer them. Okay, so just a simple one. What is a hashtag? Well, we all know what a hashtag. I would hope we all know what a hashtag is, because that's why we're here. It's basically words after this symbol with no spaces. There's an example. A hashtag can be one word, it can be a number of different words. Now, the issue with hashtags is they create a clickable link, which is why if you put a hashtag in your posts, you might come under the searches for that particular hashtag. Okay. So basically, it creates a clickable link. So this is an example. I use TEDx Warrington, and I've used the hashtag TEDx. Now, I've used that hashtag because it's a highly popular hashtag, and people who are looking at TEDx talks are likely to be able to find our TEDx Warrington account. So hashtags are very, very important. But if everybody started using hashtag TEDx because it's a popular hashtag, and they used it on posts that were nothing to do with TEDx, and users then reported people, this is really important, users actually then report posts that are using these hashtags. All of a sudden, Instagram finds out about them. Okay. Now, hashtags are being reported, posts that are abusing hashtags are being reported every single day, and banned hashtags, the list changes every single day. Okay. But basically, you need to double check. Okay. You need to double check. And this is how we check. Okay. So these are some common ones that you might not know. So hashtag beauty blogger. I've mentioned this one. It's been banned for years. Okay. Hashtag hump day. Who'd have thought hump day? It's a common phrase that people use all the time. Snapchat. Hashtag Snapchat. That's banned. Okay. All these have been abused or they've gone against Instagram's terms and conditions. They've been reported. So if you're using these types of hashtags, then you can get flagged up by Instagram, and you'll never know they're reducing the reach of your posts. But there are hundreds of these. I'm not showing you all of them. There are hundreds of them. I did a quick search this morning. Hashtag push-ups, that one's banned. Hashtag costumes, that one's banned. Hashtag happy Thanksgiving. Who'd have thought? Surely in America, this is used so many times, but it is. It's used so many times and people are abusing it. Okay. So how do we tell then if a hashtag is banned? Well, basically, we just open up our phone, okay? So this is a screenshot I've done of my phone. Now, what I've done is I've just typed into the search bar at the top, hashtag thought, okay? So I've typed into the search bar. Now, what I don't do is then press search, because that won't necessarily come up. What you want to do is actually click on this hashtag here where it says 2.6 million posts. I want you to click on that hashtag, okay? You click on that, and if a little bit of text appears at the top, so this is what's appeared, it says recent posts for hashtag thought are hidden because some posts may not follow Instagram's community guidelines, okay? If this doesn't come up at the top, the hashtag is not banned. But if it does come up at the top, that hashtag is banned. Okay. So this is how we tell a hashtag is banned. And like I just showed you, those previous ones, if we just click back to previous slides, these have all got this above them. There are literally hundreds, of hashtags as well that are banned. Obvious ones that might relate to, bad language, sex and that sort of thing, obviously banned. But there are everyday common ones that are banned this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and tell you some tips on how to get around this by minimizing the risk of using these banned hashtags. So you can check them. You can do a search on Google, and there are accounts that will give you a list and things like that. But also there are other ways on how to do this. Now, hashtags are phenomenally important. Basically, if you're watching live from the social flock, then these are the hashtags that we use in the social flock. These are not banned hashtags, not in our social flock group. But basically, we use these hashtags in the social flock to let members know about really important events that might be coming up. New members, top tips, okay? And if you're not a member of the social flock yet, then I shall put a link in the comments and tell you more information. But the most important thing to do is basically when you are looking at banned hashtags, I'm just going to end the show. Basically, when we are looking at banned hashtags, these are the things that I want you to think about. One, do your research, okay? And basically minimize the number of hashtags that you're using. So we should be aiming to use around 5 to 10 hashtags. So minimize those number of hashtags, okay? 2, don't use the same hashtags over and over again. Because you could get away with using one hashtag that's banned by a post, because everyone can do that accidentally. But if your core hashtags you are using on a regular basis and a few of them include banned hashtags, then you're going to get potentially shadow banned. So it's a good idea to mix your hashtags up all the time. But generally speaking, I tend to have core hashtags that I've checked, and I've checked on a regular basis that they're not banned, and I'll use them on a regular basis. But I will also make sure that my hashtag list is always different on every post that I do, okay? There are also sites where you can actually scan your Instagram account and it'll show you how to, it'll flag up any Instagram banned hashtags that you're using. Again, I will share that in the group this week in the social flock. So again, if you're not a member of the social flock, please do join. We're a group that basically help people with creative content on their social media. We help them be consistent. There's loads of tips and advice in the group, and you can join for just £45 a month, which will give you access to monthly webinars, such as how to use hashtags in a lot more detail. It will give you weekly content writing sessions where we come together to write our posts, so we make sure they're going out there every week. There's meet the flock sessions, meeting the members, loads of tips and advice, and lots of live streams and tips like this. So if you're interested in joining the social flock, please do let me know. I will also share a link below as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's how you make sure that you monitor and measure banned hashtags. If you have a question about anything, please do leave them below. And if you've enjoyed this video and it's been helpful, please do give us a thumbs up. And I'll see you again next week, where we're going to be talking about content for social media for your Facebook ads. I've got a very special guest next week who's going to tell us some ideas for content on your Facebook ads that are going to get seen. So make sure you join us then, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.